Besides modeling projectile motion, you can also model profit with quadratic equations. The x-axis on a quadratic graph will tell you the number of items sold. So we're just going to write that right here, number items sold. And the y-axis would tell you the profit. That would tell you the profit. So that would be a dollar amount. Profit. So x is always going to be items, number of items, and y is going to be money. So let's talk about the information we can find from our graph. When we look at our vertex, which is x, y, the x value will tell you how many you need to sell of something in order to make a profit. So the number of items you need to sell in order to reach a maximum profit. And the y value will actually tell you that maximum profit, the maximum amount of money you can make. Our y-intercept right here tells you how much money you originally invested. So for example, let's say you're selling cupcakes for your bake sale. You need to buy flour, you need to buy eggs, you need to buy sugar, and any other ingredients to make that cupcake. So you've already invested money here. So that's what this is going to tell you, how much money you've already invested. Then we've got our x-intercepts. So the first x-intercept right here is the minimum amount of money you need to break even or avoid a loss. So if you spend $20 on ingredients, you need to sell a certain amount of cupcakes just to recoup your $20. Then after that, you'll start making profit. Now this x-intercept is the maximum amount to break even. So maybe if you sell too many, you stop making money because maybe you needed to buy a fancy mixer or something like that. So that's what those things mean. So we're still going to be entering equations. We're just going to interpret them differently, and we're going to be using these questions to help interpret them. So key things that you need to remember is x at the vertex is going to tell you the number of items you need to sell for max profit. And the y at the vertex is going to tell you the max profit. So that's going to be money. The y-intercept, which is right there, is how much money you originally invested. So it's the original amount invested. So that's money. And finally, your x-intercept. So the first one is the minimum amount to break even, or it'll tell you how many you need to sell to avoid a loss. To avoid a loss. So again, you're going to be interpreting graphs, but the equations are going to be different because the scenarios are different. We're going to start looking at money and how you can use a graph.